All right, friends. The last thing I want to talk about is systems, and so I'm a big systems guy. I like to have everything organized. I like order of operations in my day. I like to know kind of when things are planned out, all that kind of stuff. But I like to have systems so that I can kind of lean on those systems when I need them, and I'm more effective, and I can get things done smoothly. And so, one of the systems that you need to think through as a student is how are you doing, tracking your reading, your writing, like taking notes, your research, and these kind of things. So, I want to just share briefly some of my systems. You can take them or leave them. What I want to encourage you, no matter what you think about how I do things, what I want to encourage you is to find a way, a system that works well for you, that is easy for you to access, and that's consistent and not just kind of haphazard. So, one of the things you'll find as a student in the coalition is there's going to be a lot of reading. So, you need to figure out what your best approach is for reading. So, something to think about with books is you'll likely have to have a number of quotes from these books that you're reading to pull from, instead of reading the whole book and then when you go to write, kind of glossing through to see what was good. What I would encourage is making notes right in the book or highlighting as you go, so that you can easily pull those quotes later. If you don't use physical books, I know some students use Audible and audiobooks. I can see the value in the sense that it's easy. You can speed the book up, but I caution you in the sense that you could be easily distracted onto other things while the book is playing and you're not really paying attention. It's also harder to quote books from Audible or just audiobooks. I know that there's ways to get clips, or there's ways to make notations. I don't do this, so I'm not as effective with this kind of stuff. So it can be done, but you just want to be able to have, again, a smooth system so that you're able to get the information from the books that you are reading, and getting what you need when you go to write these papers. The other option, of course, is ebooks. And I love hard copy books. I've got lots of them. But I have started in my own studies, I have started using more ebooks. And the reason why is when I make any highlights or notes in any of my ebooks, I have a system in place that it automatically pulls those quotes into my note-taking app. So I use, let's see here, I use Readwise, and so there is a fee for this. It's well worth it for me, but I have my Kindle connected to it. I have library books, so if I get ebooks from the library, I use a thing called Shortform. There's another one called Blinkist. I don't think they're covered in Readwise unless they've added it. You can see there's lots of other things that you can connect to Readwise. Shortform gives you an overview of a whole book. They don't have, I find a lot of times, they don't have the books I'm looking for, unfortunately, so I may not keep Shortform. But even if I make highlights or notes in Shortform, it'll pull from there. I have Kobo. I've now kind of leaned all into Kindle, and so all my stuff is kind of going through Kindle. And then I also have the Readwise Reader, which I'll share about in a minute. But the nice thing about Readwise is as soon as I make any highlights or any notes in any of these things, it will automatically upload them to my note-taking app, which I use Obsidian. So you can see there's other options here if you use Evernote or Notion or anything like that. I use Obsidian, so as soon as I make the highlight, it goes right into my Obsidian notes. The quote is there. And now, instead of me pulling, the book, finding the page, finding the quote that's highlighted, and then kind of reading through it and typing it onto the screen, I can copy paste right from Obsidian, put it right into my paper, and it's quick and easy. So I love that. That's a system that I love to use. The other part from Readwise is this, the reader. And so what I can do, so I have the app here, the reader app, so I can pull articles that I find online, and the best chili recipe, there you go. So that's where I get to cook for my family, is chili. Anyway, if I find something interesting online, you can do lots of different things that you find online, and you can pull it into this reader to read later. So for example, if we go here and I find this article, I don't have time maybe to read it right now or whatever else, I can hit this little icon up here, and now it's loaded into my reader. It'll take you to the website, but it should also load it to, there you go, it's already there. And then I can go into here, and then I can make notes and highlights and everything right in this article. Now, I don't pay for Christianity Today anymore, but it looks like they gave me a lot of it. They don't always give you the full article. But then it's all there for me to read later. So that's another cool thing you can kind of look into if that's of interest to you, as ways to collect basically highlights and notes from other sources. You could do it with journal articles as well. Anything that you can find. So Readwise is a great app for that. But if you don't use Readwise, again, you just need to figure out how you're going to pull quotes and notes and anything you have from all the books that you're going to read. I've already mentioned Obsidian. That's the note-taking app I use. If you want to use your Word documents or the Notes app on your phone or whatever, fine, what's going to work for you. But I like that it keeps everything in one place for me. In Obsidian, I can categorize it all. I can see it all. I can connect notes to other notes. Whatever, again, whatever system you're going to use, fine. Just find one that's going to work, and that you don't want to go sit down to write a paper and spend an hour or more just kind of trying to find your sources or these kind of things. A lot of this stuff just makes the work smoother so you can actually get to the writing part and the content. Lastly, there is a program you might already be familiar with called Zotero. And Zotero is this really cool free app, program, whatever, that you can put all your books into. So all you have to do, is it here? Yeah, you can enter the ISBN, which is on the back of every single book, or you can find it in your ebook. You could even just Google ISBN with the title of the book, and it should give it to you, and you can put it in here. It'll automatically load it into here. So, little tip, they will likely be a assignment where you will need to use Zotero or a program like it. So you might as well start using it now as you are doing your study and research and so forth. So the cool thing about Zotero, if you watched the previous video about academic writing, this is something I would have loved to have when I was in college. All I have to do, if I've loaded the book in, you can make different files of different subjects and all that kind of stuff. But if I come to this book and I've already used this a quote from this book in a paper, I can right-click and create bibliography from item. It'll then give me all these different formats. We've talked about the APA, so I just have it highlighted here. I can use this as a citation or a bibliography, and it will copy it. And so now when I go to put it into my list here, I could just paste it in, and I am done. Do you know how long it took me to go through all of my books when I was in college and write out all these stupid information about the book in my reference list or bibliography? Now it's so quick and easy. It's going to save you time. So I strongly encourage you to do this right away. I used to keep a whole list of just books like Zotero was already doing for me. As I got them and put them in. Same thing if I wanted to, I already have the example here, but if I wanted to cite this in a quote, again, you can go create bibliography, but then I'm just going to do citation. I've got the APA 7th edition. There's other ones here if you're using them. And as soon as I've quoted it, there we go. Oh, of course, it's in the stupid other font. I want it Times. Okay. And there's the information. I could just put it in and away we go. that is a game changer in terms of, getting things done quickly. There is options I know on AI where they will create that kind of stuff for you if you ask for it. I would caution because AI is still getting a lot of that wrong. It will give you information that's not quite right. Zotero, because you're putting the book information right into its software, it'll be correct and you'll be good to go. So friends, those are just a few tools that I use that I find is super helpful for academic writing. I've got a longer video where I show other apps, programs, and tools that I use for my whole system that works for me. If you're interested, you can reach out to me and I can send that over to you. But that's just a good overview of systems thinking. So figure out as you are entering into this program, what are the systems you're going to use for good study, research, writing, highlighting, all that kind of stuff, because it's going to make your life so much easier as you go. All right, thanks.